because you are not your emotions. They are indicators. They are a way of informing you of your situation, of what you're experiencing, of your alignment. Your emotions are telling you where you are at in relation to where you want to be. So that's where the difference lies. Did I cut that off too fast?
No, I'm just thinking, I'm thinking of my own experience being self-indulgent. We all do it. We all get caught up in our stories.
Yes.
I'm usually not even aware of an observer neutrally watching and, oh, isn't that interesting? If I'm really indulging, I'm in it and I'm not aware of observing.
I would agree with you. Yes. That's a trained experience, though. That's a trained experience in the emotionality of that particular stimulus or that particular trigger. So let's say you have a relationship, and that relationship causes struggle, causes this reaction every now and again. In the context of relationship, that reaction, if it's something you're used to or something you know has happened before, then you have a habit. You have an experience of this trigger causes this response and you're there. So you think you don't have the observer available. But even in the context of that, all that's required is perspective to change your viewpoint of that in the moment. So how I would handle that, how I do handle that, is that when I feel that rub, if I'm stuck, then I'm going to reach out to someone I can say, hey, can I just this for a second so that I can get it out of my brain and see it in my world so that I can detach from the emotional experience and see what I'm dealing with. And I think you do the same thing based on, my experience of you. That's not unusual. But if I'm having a conflict, I'm not going to solve it in conflict. I know that. I know absolutely I will not solve any problem in conflict if I'm in conflict. So I have to find some way to find a way to to find the observer again, to tap back into that space. And that just means I have to go bigger. And going bigger meaning I have to open up my energy. I have to be willing to see a different perspective. And sometimes I have to reach out for that perspective. Sometimes I can get there on my own. But many times, if it's that intense a reaction, I may need a little help getting perspective to say, let me just put this out in front of me a minute so that I'm not in it. I can talk about it. And as I'm talking about it, just talking about it puts it into a more, gives you more space, gives you a little more space with it. Provided, again, you're not in the self-indulgence space. If you're in the self-indulgence space, then you're going to wallow in the emotion of it. If you're in the self-awareness space, you're going to be aware that you're attempting to wallow in the emotion and you're seeking a different perspective to pull you back to self-awareness and out of self-indulgence.